How Angular works. The fundamental and the most important concept is how Angular works. Of course, this is the most important interview question also. So let us see how Angular works. I have an Angular project which is created in our last session, and I just open the terminal. Let me go and run it. ng ser hyphen open. I use this open command to launch the browser automatically with the URL localhost 4200. And let us observe the terminal here. We can see here generating browser application bundles, and it launches some browser using localhost 4200 as the URL. And we can see the entire output here. And if we go and observe the terminal, here you can see browser application bundle generation complete and various JS files, vendor.js, polyfill.js, style.css, style.js, run main.js and runtime.js file. We will see where we are using these JS files and the CSS files in our application soon. We have a angular.json file in the our project code. You can see that our explorer of Angular project, we can see angular.json here. And when you open that angular.json, so it is having various properties and configurations of Angular project. And the most important point is main property here. This main property will contain the name of main.ts file, which is the starting point of the application. So like in other languages, how public static void main is the starting point, here the main is the starting point, and here we can see main.ts. So it is available under src main.ts. If you go to src and under that you can see main.ts. So in the main.ts, we can see enable prod mode and platform browser dynamic app model environment. Everything is there. So the main.ts file helps in creating browser environment to run the Angular application. And the most important line here we need to observe Bootstrap model. This line tells the Angular that bootstrap the Angular application with the model called app model. And we see here app model is imported and it is available under app/app.model. Go to app. And here again we have the browser model and ng model and some other things. And here the again the most important point is here bootstrap. So this app model telling that bootstrap this application using the app component. So here we can see that app component is imported again app.component. It is available in the same path here app.componen.ts. So in main.ts we are telling bootstrap the application using the app.model, and in the app.model again we need to mention that so to which component and which is the starting component. So we are mentioning the starting component is again app component. So you can create your own component and you can mention that also. It is not necessary to have always app component in the starting component. You can create your own component and you can refer it here. And after that, if you go and see the app component, so the app component is having the code that is required to create the component. And here we are importing the component, and the component is the decorator, and we'll see what is decorator means in our upcoming videos. And the decorator will have some metadata here, selector, template URL, and CSTM style URLs like that. And here you need to observe that selector app hyphen root. So where we are using this hyphen app hyphen root. So if we go to Explorer again, you can see index.html page. There we referred app-root, and it is referred as a directive. Like other directives or elements like body or head, it is also referred as a element, and actually it is referred as the directive. So in Angular, every component is nothing but a directive. So this is the index.html page, and there we referred app.component using the selector. So every component will be referred using the selector. And if we go to browser, whatever we are seeing in the page, so that all is HTML code, and that entire HTML code is available in the template URL, which is nothing but app.component.html. And if we go to app.componen.html, we have lot of CSS and HTML code. Let me clear it and save it. Go to browser, it will reload, and you can see nothing is there. And let me write, this is app component. So before saving this, just open the terminal and observe what is happening. Let me save it. So as soon as I save it, what is happening here? Compile successfully. Here you can see browser application bundle generation complete. So now it is created the browser application bundle, which is nothing but main.js. So whatever the changes that we are going to make in component, that will result in main.js bundle. And if you go and see here, you can see now this is app component. And initially we have discussed that whenever we build the application or compile the application, we saw all these modules are created like vendor.js, file.js, style.js, like this. So where all these JS file or CSS files are used. So go to browser and right click view page source. There you go. Here you can see entire index.html code starting from doc type to link style.css, and after that you can see the body. Inside the body you can see the app component is referred, and before end of the body tag you can see that script tab is added, and here it is imported runtime.js, polyfill.js, and style.js, and vendor.js, and main.js file. That all we created during the build time. Now we see another important thing. So let's go and make changes to the style.css. I just add one class sample, and I mention color yellow. So let's see what happens when you save this file. Save. This time you can see, so browser application bundle generation complete, and here style.css and style.js files are affected. So last time we saw that changes whatever you made in the component that reflected in the main.cs, and now this time when you make the changes in the style.css, which is not part of the component, and it is like it is the application level style.css, those changes are reflected in the style.css and style.js. What about component css? So go and add again one more, like maybe test, again color, this time red, and now let us save it. This time you can see only main.js has been generated. So the changes whatever you make to the component files, those changes will be reflected in the main.js. So this is how Angular application works. If you recap once, so angular.json file will have all the properties. So where it will mention what is the starting point of the application, here main.ts, and this main.ts file name can be changed, but it has to be changed in all places like angular.json file also. And after that, in the main.ts, it is mentioned that Bootstrap model using app model, and in the app model, it is says so bootstrap the application using the app component, and this app component is referred in the index.html page. So this is how application works. If you have any doubts, please leave a comment in comment box. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. So in next session, I will be covering the components.